Well, my name's Debbie Marshall and I've always worked in travel, pretty much all my working life. I started off in the ski industry as a ski rep overseas in France and worked in ski for many years, 13 years in fact. I then worked for a number of different companies, mainly in the luxury sector. And about 5.5 years ago, along with a couple of other industry colleagues, we decided to set up Silver Travel Advisor. We recognised that there was a need, really, a bit of a gap for good quality, independent information and advice for older travellers. We very much recognised that there was a group of people that was expanding exponentially. It's the fastest growing demographic, the older traveller, and yet there didn't really seem to be a place where they could go for high quality information and advice. There was websites like TripAdvisor, which were growing very quickly, but it seemed to us that you couldn't actually tell who was writing the reviews. A review about a cruise or a hotel or a resort or accommodation could be written by simply anybody. It could be an 18-year-old whose perspective on life would be very different from that of someone who's 65. So what we wanted to do was put together a kind of forum, a community of like-minded travellers who are all passionate about travelling, enjoying maturing gently and gracefully into later life, but who wanted to travel and wanted to get peer reviews, advice, information, but from people like themselves. Silver Travel Advisor has a number of different platforms, as we would call it, which you can find us. We have a website, also we do newsletters, we have a magazine, The Silver Traveller, and we have a weekly radio show, The Silver Travel Show, which is broadcast on Age UK Radio every Tuesday at 6. So for the first time cruiser who's a mature traveller, it's just a fantastic way to see the world, whatever part of the world you want to see. That could be a city break, which becomes a river cruise. What a fantastic way to visit many different cities, but only unpack once. It could be a way to see the Northern Lights. We did a research survey last year, and the Northern Lights came top of the destination that everybody really wants to see. It was 60% of people said they wanted to see it. Now you can do that land-based, of course, but it can be quite long and you don't necessarily get to see the best of the Northern Lights if you're only in one place. And if you're on a cruise ship hugging the Norwegian coastline, you have multiple choices to see the Northern Lights. You could perhaps see them 4, 5, 6 times on one cruise alone. So that, and just unpacking once and being in the comfort of your cabin or dining and then going up onto the deck and seeing the Northern Lights is very, very special. And I don't think it could be done any other way than a cruise. It could be that you want to go to far-flung destinations, but be within an environment where you feel safe and looked after and with food that you feel confident about. Places like Asia really open up to you, Australia, South America. So I think a cruise is an ideal way to visit the world with a whole network of security around you and comfort that you perhaps wouldn't have on a much more kind of adventurous expedition with a backpack.